Many thanks to DayZ Podcast, Pandemonium, Fatal Attraction Validity servers, Atlas, Mutated Jurassic Outbreak servers, one original DayZ servers, Dust Validity servers, Sheriff Line, Apocalypse Now server, and Sauerkraut for making this video possible. DayZ 1.22 has changed how infected deal health, shock, and durability damage now, along with completely changing the way they inflict bleeds on us. So in this video we're going to look at all of the changes to AI in 1.22, why infected on the coast will be unusually more difficult to deal with this update, and talk about the very sad DayZ news that we all received recently. If you weren't aware, AI, or the artificial intelligence rework, was on the cards this year to hopefully be included in an update, but sadly this has been delayed until next year, I'm guessing. In the same blog post where the devs broke a heart with this news though, they did say that the infected AI has been updated slightly in DayZ 1.22 by fixing some pathfinding issues, fixing some buggy doors, and allowing infected to go through into the bunker instead of just hanging around outside, which does work now, but it also very much does not work at the same time. My guess is that the fixes that they made to pathfinding this patch were not general enhancements to AI, but case-by-case fixes that allow infected to go into, say, the bunker door on Livonia from the outside, and other doors around the map getting slight fixes, essentially editing this mesh that you can see on the floor here to allow the AI to behave more naturally in this patch. To not get your hopes up though, I did a lot of tests with 1.22 and I'm sad to report that the infected work almost exactly the same way that they did last patch. I didn't notice any differences apart from the Livonia bunker door. For example, elevation is still their biggest weakness. They still enjoy performing this sick freestyle 180 fence trick, and they beeline to your exact position even though they can't see you, and don't throw an item near them because if you move while you're throwing the item, they will know exactly where you are, and they have dolphin-like sonar systems that can detect if you're within 2 meters even if they can't see you. Basically, AI seriously needs a rework in DayZ, but reworking such a core mechanic of the game is a monstrous job that makes me not envy the devs at all, and even if they do improve the AI to Skynet level human destroyers of the future, the increased complexity of AI will likely lead to increased stress on already stressed out servers, making me believe that we might not see an improvement to AI behavior for a very long time yet. For now, it's really important that we stay positive and try to view AI's many bugs as features. For example, this AI didn't bug out and stop attacking me after I blocked it a few times. I tamed it, and once tamed, my new pet will stand there patiently waiting for somebody to step within 30 meters of my location, and because they remain in this fully alerted state, the infected instantly locks onto anybody nearby, attacks them, and kills them. Creature taming is confirmed in this patch. Jokes aside, it's no wonder that a large portion of you guys believe that AI needs a rework, and it's no wonder that the devs this year said there would be an investigation into the AI rework this year, with the keyword here being investigation, and that investigation concluded with one of the worst words used in business today, and that word is unfortunately. In the DayZ team's defense, they never promised an AI rework this year, only an investigation into a rework, and they concluded that it's simply not possible this year with the amount of work that he's doing, and yeah, that is a massive job to do. On the flip side, in the defense of the average player, AI is too easy to cheese, bends reality far too often, with at least 34% of you agreeing that AI needs priority attention 8 months ago. But the short version of this paragraph is, AI changes will take longer than expected. For now, we do get some changes to AI in the form of damage, with not 1 but 3 areas of damage changing in this patch. The first area is damage infected inflict on players, so health and shock damage. These changes are varied across the 10 different types of infected that we have in DayZ seen here in this video, but to generalize the health and shock changes in 1.22, low tier infected found on the coast do 20% more shock damage per hit and a huge 60% more health damage every hit. This is the case for the runner infected type 2, 20% extra shock damage, 60% extra health damage, with these runner types not running out of stamina either, so they're kind of dangerous now, but the amount of health this infected has didn't change, so runner infected will still have 50 HP and quite easy to kill. All types of police and soldier infected have been nerfed though, doing 20% less health and shock damage compared to last patch, and the firefighter infected will now do exactly the same amount of damage as a regular infected, whereas in last patch they were on par with the police infected in terms of damage. The second area of damage changes is how much damage that we do to infected, simply because melee weapons have been nerfed, but I'll go into more detail on that on my next video about melee changes in 1.22. For now, you can no longer one-shot infected with an axe, pickaxe, sledgehammer, or sword, making all infected types apart from the runner infected much more difficult to kill in melee combat. The third and final area where damage has changed this patch is how much damage infected do to our clothing and armor, with them doing on average 300% more damage to the durability of our items, or at least the chest and vest slot, which is a huge increase in damage. In the last patch, infected would damage our leg and chest slot items at a roughly the same rate, so you can see here my legs have become ruined just slightly before my chest did, but in this patch they appear to hit your chest slot item a lot more, so chest, vest and back slot items are going to take a lot more damage this patch, and they are doing almost twice as much damage to any piece of clothing per hit as well, so when you stack all those together you're looking at 3 times more damage to the durability of our items from infected, but this only affects chest, vest and back slot items. Compared to last patch, infected have a reduced chance to make you bleed from their stats. As you can see here, they've been nerfed, but the formula for calculating bleed chance has changed. These changes make the bleed chance about the same as it was last patch, but infected can no longer give you bleeds if you are wearing a 100% blood protection piece of clothing, which at the moment is only chainmail, resulting in no bleed chance from players and infected. In the last patch, the chance was 3% with chainmail, now it's a solid 0%, but remember that armor takes damage 3 times faster now, I guess to compensate for the immunity to bleed, otherwise it would take 273 hits for an infected to destroy your armor and make you bleed. The only other change with bleed chance is how infected now have a higher chance to cause bleeding on you compared to players hitting you with melee, but you won't notice this change as it's tiny. To summarise what the AI changes mean for DayZ this patch, infected on the coast damage us 20% more, police and soldier infected damage us 20% less, all infected damage our clothes and armour 3 times faster, clothing and armour stops bleeds more effectively now, and infected are much harder to kill due to melee weapon nerfs. This will mean that blocking is more important to reduce item damage, we will spend more time killing infected and repairing our clothes, it will be more difficult to survive infected encounters on the coast as a fresh spawn, especially with the melee weapon nerfs, but infected encounters in military and police locations will be slightly easier than last patch. Finally, for a miscellaneous AI change, they've made it so that you can no longer hide inside the dead body of animals. This is 1.21, I can hide inside here and then stand up to snipe, slapping a big collision box in 1.22 to all animal types that die, so don't accidentally get yourself trapped inside a building unless you have a knife to skin the animal to get rid of this hitbox. If you want to learn more about the different types of infected, and I highly recommend you do, this video is mostly up to date still, but if you combine that video with this video that you just watched, you're set for dealing with the changes in 1.22. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.